So anyway, going back to the question I was asking, what made you anti-Islam? Was it because of what you heard from other people, or was it something that you independently researched?
So I would say probably a mixture, but well, okay, probably just because I'm predisposed to be that anyway. So I actually started off like I used to be a kind of quite a hardcore atheist, we should say, for many years. I'm not so sort of on the atheist train.
I think you probably, I wouldn't call you a Christian from what you described to me.
I certainly wouldn't call myself an atheist.
Yeah, you do believe in God.
Yeah, I believe in God.
Yeah, so
I believe that a Christian conception of God is valid and meaningful, and I believe a pagan conception of God is valid and meaningful.
That's contradictory.
I don't think it is.
It is.
That's fine.
Okay, because Christian concept of God is not pagan in, well, you might have a point there, I don't know. Because yeah, the Greeks, they do have a lot of influence from the Greeks. So yes, I suppose you do have a point there. Yep. But anyway, we digress. I was asking about being anti-Islam. I have a feeling, correct me if I'm wrong, that you probably, it is from hearsay, not your own independent research.
I would say a mixture.
I would say maybe 90% hearsay, and maybe I'm giving you 10%. Just I'm feeling charitable here. What have you read from?
Everyone likes to say like,
okay, let me say.
I independent. I research.
No. That's why I ask you. What have you read about Islam from only Islamic authors? Let's say.
See, that's just.
If it's not the Quran, it looks like not the Quran.
Only Islamic.
No, but it has to be. It has to be. Because if you, for example, if I know,
why can I not formulate an anti-Islamic opinion?
No, you can. You can after you've read it. You can. But if you haven't read the sources, and then you say this is what I judge Islam based on, then that is from hearsay. It's not from his primary sources, is it?
Hashim, allow me to. So I don't have to have read Islamic scholars in order to read, surveys and see the impact of what Islamic behavior.
Surveys. No, I'm talking about theology.
Sorry?
I'm talking about theology.
I'm
not talking about
no, you didn't say
surveys.
Theology. You didn't say why you answered
Islamic
theology.
When I say Islamic sources, I thought it was clear, but let me clarify again.
Okay.
So what I meant is like when knowing Islam, yes, based on what Islam defines it rather than what others say about Islam.
That's fine.
So that's the reason I'm asking you, what have you read from about Islam from Muslims? Yes? Not even, let's say, not even a scholar, but what have you read that is purely defined Islam by the Muslims rather than it being defined by somebody else?
What do you mean? How Muslims define Islam?
Like every religion.
Your original question was why am I anti-Islam?
Yeah.
And it stemmed because you're saying, is it to do with independent research? Yes, it's to do with independent research, but not on theology. It's to do with the behavior of Muslims in society. And you could say, that's not what I asked. I'm talking about theology. But that is a valid reason.
So if I judge all the English people based on the behavior of Tommy Robinson, would that be valid?
No, but if you so listen. So let's say a bunch of English people go into some other
the football hooligans.
Sure.
Would I judge all the English people like that? Right, would that be fair?
Let me finish. Right. So if a bunch of English people come into a country, right, and let's say the majority are peaceful people and they're doing okay, and they're sticking to their own English cultural practices, okay, but a very large minority are acting in a way that, for example, if you look at surveys where Muslims are polled and you find that anywhere between 1 in 8 and 1 in 4 Muslims agree that violent jihad is sometimes justified against the native population. Okay,
which poll is that? Come
in.
Most likely by Prevent or something like that.
Prevent. I've been threatened that Prevent will come to me. And
so you are?
I've had my former school said, we're going to have to get Prevent involved against you. So I'm no fan of Prevent. All
right. No, because some of the statistics that they produced were largely actually popularized by these right-wing clubs or whatever they call parties. Yes.
Do you think that Quilliam is right-wing?
No, Quilliam, we Muslims, we do not recognize them as authority
I know you
or
don't.
speak on behalf of the Muslims.
This survey isn't from Quilliam, but I'm just wondering.
Whom is it from?
I don't know. I didn't come here prepared for it.
If the majority of the Muslims were thinking like that, that they should do violent jihad against, that's not even Islamic. We don't just declare jihad in the country that
you're non-Islamic. They think you're wrong.
Who's there?
Who is there? The people who are saying that violent jihad can sometimes be justified.
Well, who are these people? I really want to know. Because if you're talking about people like, who was that guy?
How do I search?
Anjem Chaudhry.
Yeah, Anjem Chaudhry. Yes? Do you really think any of the, I would say majority of the Muslims here even know about him? They don't even know him.
No, they probably do know of him.
I'm saying majority probably don't know him because they and the majority who do know him, they are against him. Why nobody supports him?
No, I know, I agree with you. That most of them
Yes.
against him. I grant that. In fact, I actually do.
So why would you?
I commend Ali Dawa and his lot for going for sticking up, standing up to Anjem Chowdhury and his hooligans who come here.
None of the Muslims I know stick up for him. None of them. In fact, all of them that I know are against him. Because what I see is that Anjem Chowdhury and Tommy Robinson are basically just the two sides of the same coin. Yes. One is basically playing to his extremist ideas, and the other is playing to the far right extremist ideas.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hashim, I don't have internet, so
Yeah,
I
I thought
can't
so.
back up my code.
Anyway, no
Awesome.
problem.
Okay, no, you know what? No, post. Where's this video going to be posted? I agree. This looks bad. I'll put the study in the comments.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, there's
5,
something
6,
somewhere.
All right,
Just
anyway.
let me know and
8 channels.
the study will be there. Okay?
What is it, Jacob?
Yeah.
Jacob. All right, nice speaking to you, Jacob.
Yeah, likewise.
I need to go to pray
I'm
because it's
sorry
time for
to not give
Maghrib.
you my study.
No, that's fine, no problem. I just want you to read before you become anti anything.
course.
Just read the
I agree.
sources which that particular religion or that ideology promotes, basically.
I agree.
Because if you
I extend the same request to you and recommend you read some of the sayings of Odin. You know?
about what?
Fox News. Lying cunts.
What about that goes for any
Except Tucker Carlson. He's
for
alright.
anything. Yeah. Anyway, read the primary sources if you get a chance.
Yeah.
Have you got a copy of the Quran?
I do actually.
I can give you a free one if you want.
I got it. In fact, my copy. I asked Mohammed Hijab and I said it's been translated.
Don't let
by
it collect
Abdul
dust.
Hadim.
Make sure you read it.
Yeah, no. I honestly, it's on my list. I've been in university. I've had loads of.
Because
other
next
shit
time
to
you
read.
come, it's going to be a test.
Oh,
10
test,
questions.
really? Yeah,
Okay, from what you read.
No promises. No promises. Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Alright, thank you.
nice speaking to you. Coronavirus and all that.
Of course.
You know?
The elbow thing. The elbow thing.
No, same thing is contact.
Yeah. No.
The whole idea is to not spread it by contact.
Yeah,
That's what we
sure.
should promote for the good of everyone. Okay. Anyway,
Thank you.
thanks a lot for your time,
Thank
Jacob.
you.
Nice speaking to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.